Good day, everyone. My name is Maciej Kądzielska, and you are watching Poland Daily Culture. And today in the studio we have a real warrior and a fighter. Maciej Kwiatkowski is with us. Thank
Hello.
you very much for being, and thank you very much for telling this all crazy things about fighting and scenes, because you are a stuntsman and you took part in a very big production of King Arthur, The Legend of the Sword. Yes.
Correct. Yes, by Guy Ritchie. I guess everyone heard of it, and Guy Ritchie as well.
And please tell me, how did you get into this movie?
So it was kind of a surprise. It happened out of nowhere. So we just received an email from Warner Bros. And it was like, what is happening? Is it even real? Is it a scam, or what is it? So basically, they were looking for. I mean, they were inspired. The creators were inspired by the trailer for The Witcher 3.
The degree is arbitrary, the definition's blurred. If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose at all. Just make it quick, Geralt.
So if the audience know it, the trailer where the girl is being hanged on the tree, and the Witcher saves her, beating up the 3 or 4 bad guys over there. So
you beat up the 4 guys or the 3 guys, saved the girl, and Warner Bros. Decided it was a good job.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like, we want this guy. So they just liked the camera. They really liked the camera work over there. The feeling of this fight scene, and from on our side, it was the choreography and the fighting style. They really liked it, and they were looking just for the creators of it, just to to come there and make it happen for them.
Amazing. So one project led you to another.
Kind of, yeah. That's how it works.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so what kind of work you did in King Arthur?
So yeah, we were doing the main fight scene, which take place on the courtyard. So King Arthur finally gets his sword and just fights the whole army of opponents. So we were shooting this scene. So I was a stunt double for the main actor, for King Arthur, and we were making this scene on using motion capture, which we already meant before, which is just capturing performers' moves and then transporting it into a virtual. And
if we could talk a little bit about technique of doing it. So you have all of this kind of dots, which markers. Okay, markers.
So it goes like this: the performer wears a tight black or color suit. It's different in different studios, but the suit is tight, just to show the move, itself without any cover, like a material or something. So and on top of it, on the suit, you put markers. There are like tiny balls which are squishy, so it's not really hurt. It doesn't hurt when you fall on them. So they're squishy tiny balls covered in a special reflective tape, and there is a system of cameras covering all the angles, so it goes all around the so-called volume, the space when we are being captured. And the cameras are all around the space, and they have infrared projectors, which just project infrared light, and it's being reflected by those markers. Come back to the camera, and so the cameras only record the position of the markers themselves. They don't record the actor. They only see those markers. So then in the computer, in the software, you have just a bunch of markers flying around, but they create, and then the system creates a skeleton based on those position of those markers, and then you put the model of the character on top of it. That's how it works.
Crazy. So basically just the moves and the skeleton.
Just the move, and this gives you this freedom that it doesn't matter how you actually look. It doesn't. Your physical appearance doesn't matter. I mean, your size matters. Your proportions of your body matters. But the way that your face, I mean, the color of your skin doesn't matter. So you can be whoever you want to be, whoever you are able to perform.
Oh, I see.
Right.
So, in fact, you don't sell your body; you sell your moves.
Yeah, that's nicely put.
Well, that's kind of interesting. So,
Yeah.
back to the King Arthur. So you were fighting in the court there. So instead of,
I mean, the scene was placed on the courtyard.
Yes.
Physically, we were in the studio, right?
Yes.
Because it was all recorded on the motion capture. So the reason it was not live action shot, but a CGI shot. So the whole scene was computer generated. The actor was scanned, so his face was scanned, and the model of the actor was created, and that then was put on top of my moves. And all the opponents as well. They were wearing masks, so it didn't really matter. But the technology, the graphics, and just the CGI nowadays allows you to make pretty much photorealistic scenes, even in a live-action movie. When you have one scene one shot when you have a live-action actor, and then directly after the cut you have CGI. Model of the actor, and it's still believable. It still works. So that helps us, and that makes it happen. That we can, create such crazy scenes. So I was heading to why the scene was shot on motion capture. So the reason was the camera work. If you would see the scene, the camera is just getting crazy over there. So it flies from one point to another. So the shot is super dynamic. We have super dynamic choreography, so a lot is happening. So the King Arthur just swings his sword, kills the enemies on the right and left, and the camera is just rolling around, going through the fight, pans in, pans out. So
I see. So you would not be able to really capture it.
Not physically. There is a technology. There are cameras like robotic arms who can do the same pattern. But it's just super dangerous if you have this huge robot arm which moves super fast and super heavy. So putting it so close to the actors to the performance would be super risky. That someone would just get wounded or even killed by this thing. So that's why
it's all magic hidden. We don't even realize when we watch movies how much work was put, and
pretty much technology
it needs effects, of course. Very, very interesting. So if you would like to point out for people who are watching those scenes, what to have in mind there, that basically what to have in mind when you are watching those scenes, what you have to realize.
As a like audience, right?
Yes.
That those are mostly tricks, It's magic. I mean, stunt work and movies, obviously, all the movie is magic. But also stunts, all the risky scenes, all the crazy visuals that is happening, it's all magic. I mean, it was even better back in the days when there was no CGI. Right now, you can computer generate all this crazy stuff, and you don't have to risk lives, and you don't have to create all this like in real life, which makes it really easier and
safer, I guess.
Safer, but takes away this magic, Back in the days, and we still do be like a magician on the stage, So for the audience, it looks like I make this glass disappear, or
you look like hit.
yeah, or just die. But in reality, those are all tricks, and those are FX tricks like body shots, but a lot of skill in the stuntman himself, just to sell it properly, right? To make the audience believe that he got really hurt, that he really died, or just to create the immersion of the scene.
Oh, I see. So
that's our magic.
So what you suggest not to try this at home?
No, that's a really bad idea, because as I said, this is all tricks. It doesn't happen. It doesn't work as it looks like,
So to you, if you ever, and you like the fighting scenes, and if you ever watch the King Arthur, just have in mind that his moves are the moves of Maciej Kwiatkowski. And those are all tricks which are pretty amazing. Thank you very much for being with us, and stay for another episode of Poland Daily Culture.